Welcome, everybody. This is the first episode of the new My Data podcast. My name is Alessandro Romano, and today I'm going to interview Rosaria. Hi, Rosaria.
Hi, Alessandra. It's the first time I'm on the other side of the bench.
Nice. How does it feel?
Ah, let's start.
For me, it feels good. I'm really glad that I'm interviewing you finally. Finally. All right. So let's dive into the first question, which is the most important one. What is your next project, Rosaria? What are you gonna do?
Well, what am I going to do when I grow up? At the moment, I have a few ideas, but the next project will be to work on renovating, revamping the old podcast. I used to run this small podcast, My Data Guest. Those were success stories of data analysts, data scientists. I'm going to work on that a bit more so that we can make it a bit better.
Sounds good. Sounds good. And what kind of renovation? I mean, what are you gonna do exactly? Can you be more specific?
I don't want to give everything away, but so I would say, first of all, we will inject a bit of AI. Of course, there's going to be AI content for sure. I mean, it used to be a data science podcast, but now with the whole introduction of AI, the explosion of AI, there will be more and more AI centered episodes. That's for sure. Then and this is because I'm a teacher inside, I would like to add an educational touch. That's because, we will have these interviews, we will have the spotlight on the successful people for sure, but I would like to have also some episodes where people can learn something new. Maybe, in 30 minutes you can not learn much, but maybe they can learn a bit. They can go home with something, or they can stay home and get out of the video with some new knowledge about AI. So that's uh, that would be the nice innovation part of this podcast. Of course, there will be a new logo. There will be a new co-host. There will be a few other different episodes. Like, for example, I don't know, some bonus episodes with some surprise. We will have some behind the scenes, how we organize a new episode. So things like that. Expect the unexpected.
What about the co-host? Who is gonna be the co-host?
Try to guess. So, what about you? What's your next project?
I'm gonna work on the My Data podcast, My Data Guest podcast. Yeah, that's it.
So, what's the podcast about?
So the podcast is about interviewing data and AI experts, and our role will be essentially we wanna ask the right questions. We wanna involve like the right people. We wanna get insights, and yeah, hopefully, hopefully I'll do a great job as you did with the last episodes. I was a big fan of that.
You are a famous person
Come
in
on.
your field. You are super famous. So,
No.
what's your field? And is there going to be some episodes about what you do?
Yeah, definitely. We will talk about generative AI and agents. We'll definitely do an episode about agents since I was deeply involved in a lot of different workshops lately. And we will also talk about my kind of role as data advocate, speaker, which is a big part of what I do. Yeah, but don't say that I'm famous. I'm gonna cut this part probably. I'll be in the post production side, and
But
I'm gonna cut this part.
did you notice how smooth I was? You started the interview and I took it over, and now you're being the interviewee.
Yeah, now I feel the pressure. I started the interview. Now I feel the pressure.
Anyway, sounds very interesting. So if I were not the co-host, I would surely be attending. When is the first episode? When will it start?
When is it? Was I supposed to remember the date? You know the date
I know
probably.
the date. I'm the one that organizes the calendar. So, October 8th, there will be the first episode. It will be an introduction to large language models. So, let's see how much we can say in 30 minutes, but we will focus on on the secret sauce, on the few winning key factors that made the LLMs better than whatever neural networks had come before. Um, so that's October 8th. So remember, be present. October 8th, we will produce the first episode of the new My Data Guest podcast.
Yes. Um, Maybe we can also spend a couple of words about where are we going to share the episodes, all these new learning materials, because also this is going to change in the new My Data Guest podcast.
Right. So one of the news is also many more channels. It used to be just on
Yes.
LinkedIn. So we will stay on LinkedIn. We have a page actually now on LinkedIn is the My Data Guest page. You can follow it, and then we are going to be also on YouTube. We are going to be also on Substack. So we want to use Substack also for crowdfunding of the episodes. I mean, yeah, the episodes are free to watch, but of course there are costs associated with, for example, inviting guests. Or we want to make sure that we have the best guests possible, the most expert in their field. So would be nice if we could give them something back for their time.
Yeah, yeah,
Absolutely.
that's a good point. So it won't be only about, in the end, only about creating podcast episodes, but we will craft learning materials for the audience. So that would be a big part, like a big part of what we're gonna do. All right, all
It
right.
would be nice, for example, also to have some hands-on sessions, and we stream it live, and then we'll see how people, if we have somebody who wants to play the guinea pig and show how it's implementing, for example, an agent, then we
Yeah,
could stream that live. That would be definitely something that we could do.
yeah, definitely. What about your first learning episode? What are you gonna do?
So it's going to be about the large language models. So I have been working in the past a lot with neural networks. I've been working with neural networks for a long time. And, every time you ask what is a large language models, they tell you it's a neural network, which is technically correct. But of course, it's not the whole truth, right? It's a bit a very general explanation. So since I work with neural networks and I work with recurrent neural networks and I work with long short-term memories, and I never obtain the results that the large language models have now. So of course now the large language models are large and mine were not that large, that's for sure. The data set was much reduced. I didn't have this the time and the organization to put together such big models. But that's not only that. So besides the size, there are a few innovations that made the large language models as successful as they are now. So I would like to dive now. I'm not going to say much, otherwise I'm running the episode now. But I would like to focus on some of those key aspects, to show how the large language models could become so successful.
Right. Thank you. Yeah,
I
don't
have
say too much, otherwise, we're gonna run the episode right now, as you said.
I have a question for you. So if we
All right.
do a podcast about AI, so
Yes.
why do we need human speakers, human interviewers? We could run that completely with AI.
I think it's about responsibility. Who's gonna take the blame for all the
The
bad
mistakes.
mistakes? It's about responsibility. We can do. We will do it at some point. Maybe we can see if people will be able to recognize if it's AI or Rosaria. Let's see.
So we can say that if there are mistakes are ours, if there are hallucinations, they're also ours. So
Yeah,
absolutely.
human hallucinations.
Exactly.
Right, right. Speaking of neural networks, actually, this is kind of how we met. I don't know if you remember. Now I'm asking you this question. This is off script.
Hmm.
Now tell me
Okay.
if you remember why and how we met the first time. This is a tough question, but
This is a tough
I will
question.
jump in. I will jump in.
Yeah, okay. So it was about neural networks, you said.
So basically, what happened is that I was working on an anomaly detection system. It was based on LSTM,
Okay.
and I was struggling because I don't remember what kind of bug or error I had, but it was not a bug. It was more like a semantic problem. And at some point, I found this article probably on K Nuggets. I don't remember that website, like that famous website where you have a lot of data science articles. And I found your article, which was really close to what I was doing. Not too close, but I was like, okay, maybe this person knows something about it. And I wrote you an email, and I was like, okay, she doesn't have time for this. She's too famous. She will never reply. And you did reply, and I was really happy. I was like, wow. But unfortunately, your reply was like, your problem is too complex. You're too deep into what you're doing. I don't know how to help you. But you gave me a lot of good insights, and this is how we met. And then, of course, we started working together for Nime, the community, these kind of things. But that was the first time we were kind of, I don't know, interacting.
Okay. I must say I do not
It's
remember.
okay. This was off script. I was actually, and I thought about that. It was not a trap, but I just had it in
That's
my mind
okay. It's okay.
when you said neural network. I was neural networks. I thought about that. All right. Okay. Then I think we can cut it
I have
short.
a question for you.
Okay.
So, what
Right.
about the guests? You have
The
some
guest.
ideas about the next few guests that we are going to have. So, we talked about the first episode that it's going to be more kind of a tutorial like
Yeah.
episode. But then we are going to have guests, and so we are going to talk about their success stories. So, can you tell us something about the guests?
Yeah. So definitely I can say a lot of different things about the guests, and we have a really nice and long list. Mostly because you're famous and people want to be in your podcast and think this is the reason, this is the real reason. And yeah, maybe we can give a couple of names just to. Or what do you think? I don't know if this is
You can
allowed.
say, yeah,
Or we keep it general. We keep it general.
you can say
Okay, I mean, one of the
some.
okay, I can give one name. We're gonna have Andrea De Mauro, for instance. He is a great data expert. He's a professor. I'm a big fan of his work. He wrote like a lot of interesting books. We're gonna have him. We're also gonna have at some point Joshua from StatsQuest.
That's a
Um,
big name.
yeah, that's a big name, and I'm a big fan of him. I started watching his videos ages ago, so it's a big honor to have him at the podcast. We
StatQuest, just for context, StatQuest is a YouTube channel where he explains about machine learning algorithms, statistics, and a lot of these very important, very foundational concepts for
Yeah,
the artificial intelligence.
I didn't explain that because I take all these things for granted. I mean, like
Just in case.
yeah, everyone knows what is StartQuest and the YouTube channel. But of course, fortunately, I have you who was like, okay, let's explain that. That makes sense. Yeah, and then some of the names, a lot of experts about like now generative AI, agents, machine learning, also AI strategy in general. So not just like experts, not like only expertise coming from one specific domain or one specific technology. So yeah, I'm really excited. I think that the list is really long. We're doing a lot of planning now, but it will be worth it, definitely.
It was cool to see that actually such experts, such names,
Yeah.
they want to be on this podcast. That's a really, really rewarding experience.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. When I was in India 2 weeks ago for the conference, I met some of these people, and I was like, I'm working on this thing with Rosaria. Maybe you want to give it a try. You want to join our podcast? And they were like, and I was expecting something like, okay, I'm busy. Let's see. I'll let you know. But they were all excited, and I was like, come on, why? So, I mean, I'm basically coming to you with nothing. But yeah, they were all excited, and I was really happy. As I said before, probably because of your name.
No.
But I'm really happy about this. So let's see how it goes.
I have another question that people have asked me. I talked with some people about this new initiative, so it's not totally public yet, but I already talked with some people around. So the question is the podcast independent?
Um, I mean, now I think it's kind of independent, but we are looking also for sponsors. We're looking for um, more like contributors. So it is independent. So it's the two of us. So we're not depending by any other company. But the idea is also to have episodes. If we like one specific technology, maybe we can have episodes about that specific technology. I don't know. Now I'm speculating, but let's assume we want to talk about vector databases. And there's a company who wants to showcase the open source software. Maybe they can be part of it. They can sponsor us. So that's something we want to do. Of course, this will go through us. I think it's still something we have to evaluate, if we like the company, if we want to work with them, if we want to be associated to them. Yeah, but yeah, it's independent.
So we
It's
might accept some presentations by company, but we want to keep independent. Absolutely.
yeah, 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 yeah. No way you're gonna buy our podcast, right?
No way.
All right, all right. Questions? Do you have questions?
Um, Nothing. Are you ready now? We are going to start soon. How ready are
Yeah.
you?
Now I am after the first episode. I mean, this is gonna be the pilot. So after the pilot, now I feel like I'm ready. Before I was like, let's see what is gonna happen. But now I'm really charged. So yeah, thanks, Rosaria. Yeah, as I said before, we want to keep it short because this is just a pilot, and we don't want to give all the data, all the information we have right now. But this was fun. We're gonna do this kind of every month now. Yeah, thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you, and thank you for watching.
All right, so goodbye, everybody, and I'll see you soon for the first episode.